Hey everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about string or water jet flossing. I'll be going over which is better, and this will be a full comparison. So let's get right into the video. I've been wondering this. Should you use string flossing or should you use water jet flossing? Now, fortunately for me, I have both options, and I've used both. I've used string and I've used water jet for many years at a time each. So I'm going to go over a comparison for the effectiveness, the cost, and the time consumption, okay? So first of all, let's look at the effectiveness, okay? Now, for an average person like me, who's not a dental hygienist or anything like that, the water jet option is going to be way more effective. I will tell you that I get a lot more plaque out of between my teeth when I use the water jet option as opposed to string. Now, for someone who is great at, flossing teeth, someone who knows the ins and the outs, maybe they can do a better job with string floss than I can. However, for myself and probably the average person, water jet is going to be better. Check this out. Let's turn it up. Goes like that. Goes like that. Okay? As you can see, I gotta clean that mirror after. Most definitely. My wife's gonna come up. She's gonna say, Mike, what on earth were you doing? The mirror's a disaster now. It's soaking wet. Anyways, that usually doesn't happen. Usually I'm really good at it and I go close to the sink. Plus I have it on a high speed. But anyways, water jet, that water jet is extremely effective at getting the plaque out between my teeth. Whereas the string option, okay, it's not as effective for me because I'm not a professional. I know what I'm doing, but if I go like this, okay, I'm not going to get as much out as if I use that water jet and I went all around. So effectiveness for an average person like me or you, okay, water jet is going to win. In terms of cost, well, here's where it gets a little bit complicated, okay? Now, with an initial investment, the cost of string floss is much cheaper because this costs, I don't know, a couple bucks, let's say, whereas the machine might cost $100 for a good one, let's say, okay? So the initial investment of paying for the water jet flossing machine will make it lose on cost. However, after you continually buy more and more floss containers, and your initial investment is done on the machine, that's when the machine becomes cheaper. Because all you're paying for on the machine is water and just a little bit of electricity, which is much less, I would assume, depending on where you live, but I would assume than the equivalent amount of string that you're using. So at first, the string is more cost effective because it's really cheap, right, compared to the initial investment of a water jet machine. However, in the long run, the water jet machine wins, okay, in the long run. Last but not least is time, okay? Now, the water jet machine is more effective, so you would think that it would be faster. However, in my own little time trials that I did, I spent roughly the same amount of time using string floss as I did using a water jet machine. So it takes about the same amount of time, but in that same amount of time, the water jet does a much better job. So that's where it gets kind of iffy. But with regards to how much time you're going to spend standing in front of a mirror flossing, it's going to be about the same no matter which option. However, you're getting a way better job done with the water jet machine than with string floss in that same amount of time. So you have to be your own judge. And then last but not least, there's a bonus little thing, which is the environmental effectiveness or impact, which that's up to you to decide. But I will say, whenever you use string floss, you're throwing it out. You're throwing out the container. You're recycling it per se. I don't know. It depends on the container. But the idea is that you're using it and getting rid of it. You're disposing of it. Whereas a water jet machine, if I turn this on, I can use this. Woo! It's got in the mirror again. I can use this, and I'll use this for 10, 20, 30 years and probably never get rid of it. So there's basically no environmental impact with this because you're just using the water, whereas with the string, you're using it and throwing it out. Is it a minuscule impact? Yeah, it's just a little piece of string. But I'm going to leave that up to you to decide. That's your own personal preference on where you stand with that. But that's it. That is basically string or water jet flossing. Which is better, which is more effective in terms of those factors. If you like this video, Please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.